لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أنبياء الله جميعا وعلى سيدهم وخاتمهم حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد الخاتم لما سبق والفاتح لما استقبل والمهيمن على ذلك كله ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام على صاحب السكينة، السلام على المدفون في المدينة، السلام على المنصور المؤيد، السلام على أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. صلى الله عليه وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى ابن عمه وأخيه وحبيبه وناصره ووزيره علي أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تلك الدار الآخرة، تلك الدار الآخرة نجعلها للذين لا يريدون علوا في الأرض ولا فسادا والعاقبة للمتقين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Before I begin my humble presentation about the leader of the faithfuls and the leader of the loyals and the leader of the friends, as you heard earlier in the Quran, in chapter 5, the friends of God and the friends of the Apostle of God, and that is Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. Let me congratulate our mothers on the occasion of Mother's Day tomorrow. Let me salute those mothers who conceived us with pain over pain, as the Holy Quran says. And they delivered us with pain over pain. حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ. Man was carried by his mother with weakness over weakness. Let me salute those mothers who raised us silently and patiently. When I am asked sometimes how many siblings you are, I say we are 9. The second question comes, from one wife or several wives? I say no, one wife, one mother. They say how she could handle it. 9 from one person? Patiently and silently. They endured all the hardships. And many of them, they also endure economic hardship, starvation and deprivation. But they hold the baby, they hold you, with love, with care. That type of love which is not found anywhere. No pharmacy, no hospital, no university, no clinic, no institution can provide you with that type of love, pure love, original love, genuine love that a mother can provide you with. Be grateful to your mothers. Be thankful to your mothers. Try to help them. Try to be a dutiful son, a dutiful daughter to your mothers. If you are close to them, tomorrow go to them, greet them, spend some time with them. If you are far from them, far away from them, give them a call. Renew your allegiance, your respect to your mothers. Remember that it's only with your mother's endorsement you can step into paradise. I salute all the mothers, good mothers here in our session, whether you have one child or many children. And I pray for you. And we bow down in respect, in honor to you, good mothers, who are very patient with us, who created this society of goodness. Today, if we are good citizens, God-fearing and law-abiding citizens, it's due to our mothers. The thanks and the appreciation goes to them. And then I turn from our mothers to another leader who had a good mother, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. His mother came when she was pregnant with him in the city of Mecca, enduring many hardships. She came to the house of the Lord, the Kaaba, and she sought refuge there. She came to her Lord, asking him for help. And she went to one of the sides of the Kaaba. She puts her hands on the wall of the Kaaba, asking Allah for help. All of a sudden there was a crack in the wall of the Kaaba. Some people say, crack in the wall? Well, if you believe this book, you must believe the story. If you believe the Holy Quran says the community of Salih in Northern Arabian Peninsula, when they rejected him and refused him, they said, we are only going to accept you if you can bring a camel out of this mountain. Out of a mountain, bring a camel. He asked his Lord. The Lord said, I know they are not going to accept you, but let me prove to them that you are a genuine messenger, you are not a liar. God ordered the mountain to bring about a she-camel. All of a sudden, the mountain started to move and shake like the contraction of a delivering mother. And people were standing and they saw the she-camel coming out of the heart of the mountain. If that story is possible, then this story is also possible, because the Lord is the same Lord. So Fatima bint Asad, the mother of Imam Ali, she comes to the house of the Lord, not the mountain. This is the sacred house, the Kaaba, where we face it in our prayers. She said, Lord, I have only you. I put my trust in you. I sought refuge in your house. She saw the crack and the wall of the Kaaba opened for her. She went inside for 3 days. On the 3rd day, she delivered Asadullah al-Ghalib Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. That was his beginning in the heart of the house of God. After 63 years, he ended his earthly journey again in the house of God in Masjid al-Kufa, the Grand Mosque of Kufa, in the sanctuary of the mosque, the mihrab. And between the birth in Mecca and the departure, earthly departure in Kufa, there are many stories of sacrifice and bravery. I am bewildered. When it comes to Ali, it's very hard to speak about this man. Where do you begin from? What side of his life, what dimension of his character you speak about? a man full of characters, full of lessons, a man who at the age of 20, he slept in the bed of the Prophet. When Quraysh conspired to murder the Prophet in the middle of the night, no one was ready to stay in the bed of the Prophet except this young man, Ali, at the age of 20. His story is mentioned in chapter 2. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ رَؤُوفٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. And among the believers is that man who sells himself, he's not seeking the media attention. He's not seeking the compliments of the community. Seeking ابتغاء مرضات الله, the pleasure of the Lord. He's seeking the pleasure of the Lord. He's seeking only the pleasure of the Lord. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. He was prepared to kill himself just to keep Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam safe. So the message of Islam can continue. This is his first major sacrifice that has been recorded in the Quran. And even before that, when he was 10 years old and the Prophet started his mission, he had only one bodyguard. Prophet Muhammad had only one bodyguard. Prophet Muhammad was 40 years old, his bodyguard was 10 years old. He said, I would not let you go in Mecca and bear the hostility of the Meccans, throwing stones on you. I would not let you go by yourself. I have to join you. And he would join the Prophet. He would walk sometimes before him and after him. Quraysh, the tribe of the Prophet, when they hurled the stone on the Prophet, Ali would become a shield with his own arms and hands and face and chest, a shield to defend his cousin, his brother, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And of course Ali will do that. You know why? Because at the age of 6, the Prophet went to the house of his uncle Abu Talib, the father of Ali. He said to him, you are overburdened with a big family. And I know you don't have enough resources to feed your children. We're going to sponsor your 4 children. But I'm going to take the jewel among them. Among those 4 children, Ali is my favorite. At the age of 6, Ali was completely transferred from the house of his father and mother to the house of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وضعني رسول الله في حجره. Imam Ali says the Prophet, he carried me in his lap. وأنا وليد يضمني إلى صدره. I'm a baby infant. He puts me on his chest and he feeds me himself. He teaches me. With every bite, he teaches me something good, something noble. Ali was raised by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ali was the shadow to the Prophet. And therefore, in Surah Al-Imran here, in this book, Al-Imran, that speaks about Jesus and speaks about Mary. We have a sister who's a Roman Catholic. This chapter speaks in details about Jesus, peace be upon him, and Mary, and the family, and their family too, and John the Baptist too. In that chapter, when Allah speaks about the Prophet, at the same time he speaks about Imam Ali in the same sentence. And he does not separate between Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Ali alayhi salam. فَقُلْ تَعَالَوْ نَدْعُ أَبْنَاءَنَا وَأَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَأَنفُسَنَا وَأَنفُسَكُمْ. Let's invite ourselves the Prophet said to the delegation of the Christians who came to dialogue with the Prophet, I'll bring myself. So he brought with him someone else. They said to him, but you are two. He said, we are two, but we are one here, one soul. This soul is blended and fused together. The soul of Muhammad and the soul of Ali alayhi salam. If we are to gather the entire suffering of the humanity today and we put it in one word, Muslims, non-Muslims, in the East, people in the West, we put it in one word. What that word shall be, the entire suffering of the humanity today, what is it? Someone said something. Injustice, oppression, dhulm, and lack of justice. This is the common suffering of the entire humanity. Wherever you turn your face, you see an incident of oppression, injustice, and abuse. This is the pattern on earth. And throughout the history of the humanity, we had very few people, very few leaders who pioneered universal justice, not regional or local justice only for their tribes or for their communities, but universal justice for all mankind. Only few people. Among them was Abraham, peace be upon him. Among them was Moses, among them was Jesus, among them was the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And among them was Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. A champion for universal justice, justice for all. Imam Ali ruled the Muslim Ummah for 4 years and 9 months. But he did not look at the Muslim Ummah from one lens. He did not look at the Ummah that he was leading as being those are Muslims and those are non-Muslims. For him, as a ruler, as a leader, political leader, people were equal. Muslims and non-Muslims were equal under his government. He never differentiated between Muslims and non-Muslims under his leadership. Read his history and his biography and see from the time he arrived in Kufa, coming from Medina, where he established the capital of Islam, the seat of the Islamic Caliphate, until the day he died. 4 years and 9 months. On many occasions, Imam Ali, publicly and privately, he treats both communities the same. When the person came all the way from Basra in southern Iraq, he traveled 1 week to come from Basra to Kufa. The distance was 1 week on camels. To raise his grievance to Ali, the leader, to tell him, your governor in Basra, he abused me because I am a Christian. Imam Ali was so furious, so frustrated. He wrote a letter, urgent letter, to his governor in Basra, repudiating him, chiding him, saying to him, listen. His name was Uthman ibn Hunayf. Uthman ibn Hunayf, the governor of Basra. He said to him, Ya Uthman, listen, you did injustice to this man, and let it be known to you, Man aadha injiliyan faqad aadhani. If you hurt a Christian, you are hurting the leader of the Muslims, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Give him justice. And he said to him, you carry this letter to the governor, you yourself, deliver this message to him. Go back to him. Imam Ali threatened him. If you don't do justice to this man and to the Christian community in your city, then you are removed from your post. You are no longer the governor of Basra. You have to do justice to them. One day, Imam Ali was outside the city of Kufa. You've been to Kufa. Kufa was the capital of Islam. He used to walk in the desert outside for meditation by himself. No bodyguards, no entourage with him. The top leader goes by himself outside the city. He met a man. The man, when he introduced himself, Imam Ali realized from his last name that he's a Christian. There were some Arab tribes around Kufa who were Christians. They migrated from Palestine, Sham, Syria earlier, and they settled in Kufa and around Kufa. So Imam Ali recognized this man. He's a Christian. But the man did not recognize Imam Ali. And he didn't ask him about his name. So they reached an intersection where Imam Ali has to go back to the city of Kufa. He has to go back to his house. And the man, he was heading to Basra. So the man asked Imam Ali earlier, where is your direction? Imam Ali said, I am from Kufa and I have to go back today to Kufa. The man said, but I am going to Basra. Exactly the opposite direction. They reached an intersection where the man is heading to Basra, back to his city. So Imam Ali walked with him in that direction. Suddenly the man realized that Imam Ali is coming into the wrong direction. He said to him, wait a minute. You told me you're going to Kufa, right? Imam Ali said, yes, my house in Kufa. He said, but this direction goes to Basra. You are wasting your time here. This is exactly the opposite direction. Imam Ali said, I know. Imam Ali said to him, Allamani Habibi Rasulullah. My sweetheart, Prophet Muhammad taught me. That if I befriend a person, I become his friend, then when he is about to leave to his destination, I will usher him for 40 steps into his destination. And then I'll go back to my own destination. I have to walk with him. The man said to him, but Muhammad spoke about a friend. I'm not your friend. I'm a stranger. You just met me here in the desert. He said, yes, I just met you, but you are my companion in this short trip for the last 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You've been my companion, so I consider you to be my friend, even though the time is very short. The friendship does not have to go to 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You are my friend, so I have to walk with you in this direction. This is the manners of Islam, akhlaq, the manners of our Prophet. He said, take care of your friends. Even though you know him for a short period of time, be polite with him. The man said to him, then your leader must be a good leader. So what is your name then? Imam Ali said, my name is Ali ibn Abi Talib. The man was shocked. He said, Ali ibn Abi Talib is the leader here. He's the caliph. Are you the caliph? You're telling me you are the caliph? He said, yes, I am the caliph. Where's your bodyguard? Nobody is with you. You are alone in the desert. He said, I have. The one who's protecting me is above us. Listen to what the man said. I wish the Muslims today, Muslims who are bombing the churches and the temples and the mosques and displacing the Christians and the Muslims and others. I wish they can hear this. The man, when he realized that he's standing before the leader of that nation, not just Kufa, the Islamic nation, he said, Wallahi innaha akhlaqul anbiya. By God, your manners and your behavior is the behavior of the messengers and the prophets and the apostles of God. If you are the leader and this is the way you treat me, I'm a Christian, then I will today affirm Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. It takes a big heart to walk in the desert and meet ordinary people that you don't know them, they don't know you, and you become humble before them, and you cater to their emotional needs, and you are ready, the top Muslim leader. He's not just marja' at-taqleed. He's not the imam he's the top Muslim leader. He walks with a Christian man into his own direction, out of a humility. It takes a big heart. Ali is an eternal man because of his character, because of his nafs, because of his manners. And therefore, one of the few pioneers of universal justice is Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. My friends, nothing is more important in this universe after God than man, than you here. God comes first. After God, you, the vicegerents of God, the khalifas of God, the representatives of God on earth. You are the jewel of the creation. God states, Ya ibn Adam, خلقت الأشياء لأجلك وخلقتك لأجلي. O son of Adam, I have created all this universe for you, at your disposal, to serve you, to make you happy, to build you. I created everything in this universe for your sake, for your satisfaction, for your development, for your growth, for your perfection. However, I created you for me. I created you, man, for me. I want to enjoy your companionship. God enjoys you and He loves you. Nothing above the sacredness of man. This is why God said thousands of years ago, when the first crime was committed, when Cain killed, or Abel killed Cain, Qabil killed Habil, Cain killed Abel, Qabil killed Habil. Thank you for correcting me. Cain killed Abel. Allah said in this book, not to us, to generations before us, to the children of Israel. At that time, min ajli dhalik, because of this murder that took place, katabna ala bani Israel, we ordained upon the children of Israel, annahu, therefore, man qatala nafsan bighayri nafsin aw fasadin fil ard faka'annama qatala an-nasa jami'a. If a person kills another person for no justification, no reason, as if he killed the entire humanity. The entire humanity. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, لَزَوَالُ الْكَعْبَةِ. See what the Prophet says. about the sacredness of man's blood. Don't kill man. Don't harass. Don't hurt. Don't abuse anyone. Don't. لزوال الكعبة أهون على الله من قتل امرئ. If the Kaaba is demolished completely, it's easier for God than the murder of an innocent person. If God sees his house, his sacred house, being bombed, being razed to the ground and demolished, he would not worry that much as he worries when he sees an innocent man being killed. Yesterday in the news, those terrorists in Syria, Daesh, they captured some innocent civilians. They handcuffed them, put them on the ground, on the floor, and they carried the gun. Jabhat al-Nusra, Jabhat al-Nusra. Both criminals are all the same, alhamdulillah. Whether Daesh or Nusra or, And very easily, without any trial, without any lawyers. Those are criminals, muharibin, they are fighting God and the Islamic State. Tuk, 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 tuk. So easy for them. So easy for them. This is how cheap the blood of a man is. This is how cheap. Another terrorist organization in Nigeria, Boko Haram, who claim that they are establishing the Islamic Sharia in Nigeria. Islamic Sharia in Nigeria. They abducted 300 girls from the school in the middle of the night. Innocent Muslim girls who go to an Islamic dormitory school, they kidnap them in the middle of the night. And until today, it has been 10 days now, no news about their fate. Why? Because girls should not go to school. Yeah, of course. This is the thinking, this is the culture of takfiris and Wahhabis, the extremists. This is their thinking. This is their Sharia. Girls should not go to school because God created them to serve men, to clean your shoes at home, prepare the food, your bed, and then to entertain men in bed, and that's it. They should not study. It's haram. Haram for them to study. 200 girls, maybe 300 who have fathers and mothers and family, they have no news about them. All it's happening in the name of Islam. In the name of Islamic Sharia. In the name of Islamic Sharia. And these groups are funded by some governments. And the United States of America, they know about these governments. And they know how the money is passing from these governments to these terrorist organizations. Where is Imam Ali today? Where is universal justice? Where is Imam Ali who says, والله لئن أبيت على حسك السعدان مسحدا وأجر في الأغلال مصفدا على أن أظلم الله سبحانه وتعالى في نملة أسلبها جلب شعيرة ما فعلت. Imam Ali says, by God, if they keep me awake, sleeping on the thrones. You know the desert? Sometimes you see the thrones in the desert. If they keep me, if they torture me and let me sleep on these thorns, and if they pull me in the hot sands of the desert, burning sands of the desert, they handcuff me and they pull me. And then they ask me, Ali, we will stop this, come to this small ant and pull that piece of food in its mouth, just pull it out of it. I would not do that. I would not even abuse the insects, the ants, animals. I would not do that. I will bear the torture I will bear the torture, and I would not do something like that. Because I know I'm going to stand before God, and He's going to ask me about what I did. This is Islamic justice. Islam says, take care of the surroundings. Don't abuse humans, neither animals, nor plants, nor the environment. Be careful of the surrounding. These are God-given. Nurture them, defend them, maintain them. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. What lessons we learn, my friends? The lessons we learn is that we have to be careful of those who live around us. Sometimes there are physical abuses, and sometimes there are mental, social, moral abuses, emotional abuses. Be careful. Be careful how you treat people around you. Be extra careful today. Anything you want to say to anyone around you, be very careful that you are going to be held accountable. ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. Be careful of what you do. Be careful of what you say. They came to Imam Ali. He had a brother by the name of Aqil. You know that the typical way today in Muslim countries, in particular Arab countries, when someone wins the presidency, the leadership, he becomes prime minister, he would bring his family to the White House, the whole family. Now, Obama, he brought only his mother-in-law. You know that? She lives in the White House. And he said, I want her to take care of, my children, because Michelle is busy sometimes. So it's okay, acceptable, to bring your mother-in-law to the White House. Inshallah, even when you win the presidency, take your mother-in-law with you. I'll tell you the story, Sister Sacchini, of the man who took his mother-in-law with him to the Holy Land in Jerusalem. Yeah, he was from Montana, and he traveled with his wife and his mother-in-law to pilgrimage in Jerusalem. And it happened that his mother-in-law, she died there, unfortunately. So they said to him, either you bury her here, it costs you $200, or if you want us to ship her back to America and bury her in America, it will cost you $15,000. He said, let me think about it. So he raised his head and he said, I'll ship her back to America. I said to him, are you crazy? You pay $15,000? He said, yes, because Jesus, 2,000 years ago, he died here, and 3 days later he was resurrected, so I don't want to take chances. Yeah, I don't want to take chances. So, the typical way, an Arab, when he wins the presidency, not only he would bring his mother-in-law to the presidential palace, he brings his entire village, his entire town. They're going to rule the country. Yeah. Look at Imam Ali, and I conclude with this story. Imam Ali became the caliph, and he had a sibling from the same father and the same mother, younger than him. His name was Aqil, and he was blind. Aqil was blind because he had some disease that cost him his eyes, his vision. He lost his vision. And he had many children, so he could not work. He became unemployed. So when Imam Ali became the leader, the caliph, Aqil came to his brother asking for some help, extra help, because he had children. Imam Ali describes the situation. He says, by Allah, Aqil came to me, and I know I know my nephews and my nieces. Out of hunger and starvation, their faces became black because they suffered so much. They had no food. They were about to die. And my brother came to me. He said, give me some extra money, more money than what others get from you. I said to him, wait a minute. I took an iron rod, I put it in the fire, and Aqil, he's blind, he doesn't see. So I brought this iron rod close to him, so very close to his skin. He screamed. He said, Ali, what are you doing to me? Are you burning me? I said to him, Aqil, you cannot burn the heat. حديدة أحماها إنسانها للعبه. You cannot burn the heat of an iron rod of a person who made it for entertainment. You could not burn it. Do you want me to burn the hellfire on the day of judgment? Do you want me to do something illegal today, give you some money, so I can go to the hellfire on the day of judgment? Look at justice. Look at justice. Imam Ali did not give him any money. He said to him, wait until the end of the month, when all Muslims, they come to the treasury to take their share, their salaries, I will give you your salary. But don't ask me for extra. Don't take advantage of me because your brother is the top commander and leader. He can give you extra money. This money does not belong to me. This money is the money of the nation. This is Ali ibn Abi Talib. Now, Jasmine, do you know why we love Ali ibn Abi Talib now? Do you know why we love him? We haven't seen him. There is 1400 years between him and us. We love him because of his justice. We will hear now Sister Sachini, inshallah. She just came back a few weeks ago. I was going to say a few days ago, but Sister Sachini, you've seen her here before. Sister Sachini comes from a rabbi father, a Jewish family. But that rabbi father was so good to his children that he did not force them to follow Judaism. So some of them shifted from Judaism to Christianity. I think Sachini became Protestant. What? Come on, tell me. No? What was it? Catholicism? A Unitarian Christian. I don't know. Don't ask me about it. I don't know what does that mean. Pentecostal. Okay. And her sister here, who joined her today, she's a Roman Catholic. And then Sister Sachini, by invitation only, of course, from God, she accepted Islam, alhamdulillah. A long struggle. It wasn't easy. And then she fell in love not only with God and Prophet Muhammad, but with Imam Ali alayhi salam, and also with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So she went to Iraq, to Najaf and Karbala, and Kufa, of course. And she still tells me that spiritually, mentally, I am there. But physically, I am in Southern California. So she's going to share with us her story. It's a very touching story from a woman who transferred between religions and cultures until she landed on a safe place. So we invite her, and I want you to listen to her experience, first experience. Inshallah, she's going to go back again to Najaf and Karbala, inshallah. People loved her there, and I heard very positive feedback from people there. I didn't tell her this She doesn't know about it. And I'm telling her for the first time. A sister was driving her car in the city of Najaf, and she heard Sister Sacchini on the radio. Yeah. She had an interview on one of the radio in the city of Najaf. And in her interview, she says, Sayyid Moustafa Al-Qazwini, he takes care of me there in California. You didn't tell me about the interview. I heard it from that person. I didn't ask you, no. So may Allah bless you, inshallah. If we do anything to you, this is out of respect and admiration for your journey, for your commitment to Islam. And we value you. We value your contribution to Islam. And we want you to be the real soldier of Imam Hussein. As you told me earlier, when you visited Al-Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, the companion of Imam Hussein, she said something important to him. She says, Al-Hurr, on the eve of Ashura, he stood in the middle between hellfire and paradise. But he said, I'm not going to choose the hellfire over paradise. So she went to his shrine and she said to him this sentence, me and you are the same in the same journey. Inshallah, you will be with him in the same journey. Come forward. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.